this?
I have no idea.
Has Josh seen it?
Yeah, he's inside.
Are the police on their way?
Look, he really didn't want to get them involved.
Why not?
Oh, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, but it's the middle of the day. Anyone could have seen something.
Well, actually, when we got here, it was pretty quiet. It's probably some kids or something.
Hey, listen, you don't have to clean this up. I'll...
No, it's fine. You should be with Josh.
Darling, we will find who wrote that awful message.
It doesn't matter.
No, of course it does.
It doesn't, Mum.
It could have been somebody in the street.
Look, I know emotions are running high, but we can't start pointing fingers.
Chris woke up.
What?
How is he?
I don't think they know that much yet, but he's talking and he recognises people.
So he's going to be okay?
Well, I think it's too early to tell, but Naomi says they're running a bunch of tests.
So, I wonder what this means for the case.
Well, it's got to be positive.
I don't care about any of that stuff. All I want is for Chris to be all right.
Darling, we do too. Of course we do. But these charges against you could be much worse if Chris...
Hey, is it okay if I grab that bleach? This stuff is really hard to get off.
Yeah, sure, just in the laundry, thanks.
Cool.
Hey, well, we really appreciate it.
Oh, it's okay.
You know, I wonder if Tony will change his mind about representing Josh now that things have changed.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
Okay. You know, this is good. It's good for you and good for Chris.
You know, he still may have lasting injuries. He may never be the same again.
Well, he will face an extensive recovery, sure, but he's strong.
Where are you going?
I can't just stand here and listen to you two guessing at how he is. I need to do something.
I'll follow him. I'll keep an eye on him.
Well, he's awake, but the doctors couldn't tell me much else when I saw them.
I wish I was here. Or did he say anything?
Oh, he was pretty much out of it, but he did ask for Nate, which I thought was a good sign, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. Hopefully the test will tell us some more.
Oh, come on.
Chris is fully conscious, but he's very disorientated and confused.
Well, Sheila said that he's talking.
Yeah, a little. He's suffering from severe anomic aphasia.
Oh, in English, please, Carl.
Sorry, he's having trouble placing words, constructing sentences.
But that's probably because he's still groggy, right?
Well, yeah, it could pass quickly, but it could also be the sign of an ongoing cognitive impairment. It's really too early to say. He's suffering from some paralysis on his right side, too. The specialists are trying to determine the extent of that.
All this from a little bump on the head.
Yeah.
And you've got no idea what the outcome will be?
Not yet, no. Traumatic brain injuries are very difficult to assess, particularly in the early stages.
Does he remember what happened?
He doesn't seem to. I'd like to keep it that way, too. It's probably best not to stress him out. I'm sorry there's so many unanswered questions, but the fact he's awake is a very good sign. I'll get back with updates. Yeah.
Thanks, Carl.
How am I going to explain this all to his parents?
You know, I have to cram for my interview today. I've got no idea what they're going to ask.
This is about space camp, right? I'd assume space might come into it.
Yeah, meaning I have to be across all latest developments. Did you know they've only recently discovered a dwarf planet that's like 11 billion kilometres from Earth? Because I didn't.
Well, they're taking bookings. Maybe I could persuade Sheila to move there, eh? Listen, mate. Remember the story slam, You spoke very eloquently and from the heart, and it worked.
Yeah, well, this is different. Okay, I'll be talking to a panel of experts. I mean, what if they ask me technical questions?
Well, you know what they say. If you don't know it by now.
Yeah, I reckon Gramps is right. You should relax. Take your mind off your interview.
How?
Well, Daniel always finds solace in nature. Says it empties his mind.
You sure it was full to begin with?
You know, I've got a good aim.
Okay, you. Go and commute with nature or whatever you're going to do. Go on, go, relax. That's an order.
Fine. Fine.
Gramps, do you reckon Chris will be allowed chocolate?
I've no idea, sweetheart. Are you going on your own? Or taking your fiancé? I must say this engagement came as a bit of a surprise.
Oh, you're not going to lecture me, are you?
Who am I to talk about marriage to anybody? But you are very young.
Age doesn't matter when you've met your soulmate.
Do you know how many times I've met my soulmate?
Yeah, once. You said it was Madge, and if you'd had the chance to marry her, it would have been forever.
All right, if you're not going to go up to his room, what do you even plan on doing?
I'm just going to hang out the front here until I find some answers.
Okay, so you're going to harass every nurse and doctor that walks out of this place?
Yep, if I have to, yes.
Well, why don't I go up and see if I can get some information?
Carl,
Josh, I can't divulge
Carl,
any
please,
information
please.
to you. I can't discuss it with you.
I already know that he's awake and talking, but what else? Is he physically okay? Is he mentally okay?
You've been charged with Chris's assault. It's completely inappropriate for me to share any details with you.
Well, don't share details with me then, Carl. All I want to know is that he's okay.
To be honest, I don't know much. We're still waiting on the specialists.
What specialist?
Well, speech therapy, the physiotherapy, the works. But Chris has had some good news. And in all likelihood, he's got a long and costly recovery ahead of him. Thank you.
Would you reconsider representing Josh? Look, the charges will stand, but at least we know now they won't become more serious.
That was never the issue. What I said still stands. I don't want people thinking that I'm taking sides. Those other lawyers are great, though.
I've already spoken to 3 of them, and none of them felt right.
Well, they're all more than competent.
Yeah, but they don't know Josh. They don't know what a good person he is.
Okay, well, try to hold on to the silver lining then. Now that Chris is awake, the charges for Josh are looking far less serious.
Of course, that is good, but things are worse on every other front. You know there's graffiti in front of our house? And Imogen tells me that it's all over social media, painting him like some sort of monster. He's going to struggle to get a fair trial. We need the right lawyer in our corner. We want our friends with us.
I am with you, as a friend.
Josh stuffed up. He knows how stupid it was. But the kid is gutted. Will you please reconsider?
No. No, I'm sorry.
I understand. Thanks, Tony.
Okay, so where are the court order documents?
Pages 8 and 9.
Alright. Now, before we lodge this, I want to look at the previous case files for this client. It was 2011. Would you be able to pick them up from the storage unit tomorrow, please?
No worries.
Yeah, I meant to get them this morning, but, well, something came up.
Nothing serious, I hope.
Brad asked me to represent Josh.
Oh, and you obviously said no.
Yeah, said it wasn't realistic.
It's a good decision, right?
I don't know anymore.
Look, I don't want to sound out of line, but I think you made the right call. I like Josh, and I feel very sad for what he and his family are going through, but I think it's best not to blur the lines between personal and professional life.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I hear. I made the smart, sensible decision.
Plus, if Mum found out that you were defending the guy that hurt Chris, she would probably make your life a living hell.
There's no probably about it.
Hey, Alice. Hey, what are you up to?
Mum made me get out of the house. Said I was driving her crazy because of the interview later.
Same. I was told to go outside and relax.
How's that working for you?
Well, I don't understand how anyone can just switch their brain off.
They seem to forget that this interview could change the entire course of our lives.
You know, the worst part's going to be waiting for the result. So, hey, you don't suppose we could relax together? You know what I mean?
We'd need some ground rules. No talking about the interviews or space camp or astronomy in general.
Deal.
What does that leave us?
Okay, what era would you like to live in the most?
Easy. Early 1600s, when Galileo made his discoveries and Kepler introduced the first laws of planetary motion.
You are actually the worst. We literally just said no astronomy.
Okay. Would you rather be invisible or fly?
Fly, no contest.
Me too.
Okay, let's get this documentation over to Gabbana and Sons by this afternoon.
Are they ready to settle?
Yep, making rich corporate clients richer. Living the dream.
You are keeping a roof over your family's head.
Nah, I could have done any job for that.
Why did you choose this job?
To help people. Yeah, you know, the law can be a scary and intimidating place at times. I didn't want people to get lost in it, you know. I just wanted to bridge the gap.
Well, you've achieved that. You're a highly respected lawyer.
Nah. You know, I'm a hypocrite. I play the ethical lawyer card, but then when a kid like Josh comes along and needs my help, I turn my back on him. And I know what the right thing to do is. Hi, Brad. Yeah, it's Toadie. Now listen, I have been thinking about what you said this morning, and yes, I will take it on. Yeah.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, Gramps. 2 lattes, please.
Okay, couple of lattes, thanks, Emma.
There you go.
You sure you don't want to take them to go?
No, Josh shouldn't have to hide away.
Look, if you're feeling charitable, you could donate to Maidling's Connecting Hands Cafe in Phnom Penh.
Yeah, sure. Someone's enthusiastic about a bit of caffeine.
I've just thought of a way to help Chris.
Really?
Okay, if you could be any famous person, dead or alive, who would you be?
Einstein. Having all that knowledge but still being able to think abstractly, do you know what I mean? Like not being tied to convention.
See if you can guess mine.
Okay, Marie Curie.
Close, but no.
No.
Amelia Earhart. The first female pilot to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean.
See, I would have thought you'd pick someone a little more, I don't know, a little more scientific.
Well, I've always wondered how she must have felt flying that day. I'd love to know how it feels to be clever, but bold and fearless too.
Oh, if there's one thing you've never lacked, it's got...
What are you two doing here?
What?
Your interview. You're supposed to be there by now.
How could you forget?
Me? You?
Gramps, I left my notes at home.
Come on, I'll give you a lift.
There you go. Oh, can I just quickly run an errand? It won't take long.
Sorry, what way?
Look, I think I should tell Mum the news before somebody else gets a chance.
No, it should be me.
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Glad I got you two. There's something that I want both of you to know. Brad has asked me to represent Josh, and I've accepted.
Oh, have you?
Chris is like our family.
It's not personal.
Well, it looks like you're taking sides.
I know this may sound trite, but I think it's the right thing to do.
Well, I think if you represent Josh, it looks as though you're condoning his actions.
Mum.
Josh deserves a fair trial as much as anyone else.
I tell you what that boy deserves. He deserves a good
Okay,
kick.
let's not turn this into a public spat.
I don't intend to. You have clearly made up your mind. Come on, love.
Toadie, please don't do this.
I have to.
Okay, fine, but I can't support you.
Wow, that went better than expected.
Yeah. So you are selling your medals?
Where did you hear that?
Well, I got this random text from one of your old squad members. I guess he thought we were still together.
Yeah, I offered them to all the boys on the team before I put them online.
Why?
Not much point keeping them now, is there?
Are you doing this to save money for a lawyer?
No.
I know how much these medals mean to you. Why are you selling them?
I thought I could raise some money to start a donation fund for Chris. I remember what it was like being in hospital. All these extra costs come in, and sometimes the rebate wouldn't come through for ages, and this could really help him out.
Look, I know how bad you feel, but I really don't think this is necessary.
How else am I supposed to make things right? I have to do something.
Yeah, and what if Chris doesn't accept it?
That's why he can never know it was from me.
Okay, what if I set the account up in my name?
That'd be great.
Josh, this is really selfless of you.
For someone fundamentally selfish.
No, that's not what I meant.
Yes, it is. And you're right. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry.
What for?
When I look back on us, I'm not proud of the way I treated you. I should have taken more of an interest in things you wanted to do. I should have been there for you. But I was so caught up in my own world that I didn't even realise I was taking you for granted. I'm so sorry for hurting you. And I'm glad you finally found someone who treats you right. Daniel's a good guy.
Thanks.
Just trying to find a way to make some good come from this.
For you?
Oh, thank you.
Lucky Mum's not working. She mightn't have served me.
Ah, it's not you. She's angry with you.
You regretting your decision?
Seeing the look of disappointment in their faces, you know, didn't make me feel great, but no, this is the right thing to do.
They'll understand when everything calms down.
Yeah, I just hope Chris doesn't hold it against me.
He doesn't see things as black and white as Mum does.
And she's only going to get angrier the closer the case gets too. How are your self-defense classes coming along? Because I think I have to hire you as my bodyguard.
You don't need my protection. Besides, you've still got Batista. And if somebody knocked him down, he'd get right back up again.
Let's hope I can do the same thing then, eh?
Thanks, Mr. Carpenter.
I'll wait for you both here.
Hey, hold on. We still have a few more minutes.
We should still head in early.
Okay, but before we do, I just wanted to say, Alice, that whatever happens, I had an amazing day.
Me too. I've never met anyone who can keep up with me like you.
Oi, Neil Armstrong, you're going to be late.
Ready for me to crush you like a bug?
If you're ready for me to wipe the floor with your face.
Oh, hey. Great news. Toadie's called and he's going to represent you.
I thought you said he didn't want to borrow me. I've no idea what changed his mind, but it's a win. He's going to fight for you.
Yeah, and have you seen this page that Amber's made for Chris? She's trying to raise funds for his medical bills.
Oh, that's nice of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Hey, we should get going with dinner.
Yeah.
Would you like to stay?
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
Consider it a thank you for helping us with the graffiti.
Hey, you should be happy. Toadie representing you is a good thing.
Doesn't change anything, though. I still did a terrible thing.
Yeah, you did. But at least you're admitting it. And you're doing everything you can to make amends.
It's not just this. I've messed up so many things in my life, and I need to start taking responsibility for all my mistakes.
What do you mean?
I lost Amber because I was selfish and I took her for granted. I lost my chance of swimming because I was cocky with Mason. And now Chris is in hospital because I got angry when I heard about the engagement.
Everybody stuffs up sometimes.
All of these things happen because of me. Who I am. And it has to stop. I don't want to be that person anymore.
There's no decency, no loyalty.
Okay, I think you made your point, Mum.
I haven't even started. Why didn't you try and talk him out of it?
Jared is a grown man. If this is what he thinks is right, then I will support him.
Oh, well, if you want to support someone, try visiting poor Chris in the hospital.
I am supporting him too. Okay, you know, not everyone in the world sees things the way that you do. It's complicated.
Oh, that's nonsense. I see Toadie siding with Josh, and that makes him equally culpable. Well, I know that's a bit much, but lawyers, by nature, they are money grabbers. And I just thought that Toadie was better than that. I mean, he obviously isn't the person that I thought he was.
Just stop.
Well, just because you're working with him doesn't mean you have to defend his actions.
I would defend Jared whether I was working for him or not.
Why? And why are you calling him Jared again?
Because I'm still in love with him.